Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. Today I'm going to teach you a super simple strategy, super simple trading strategy that uses Bollinger Bands to identify support and resistance and potential good entry and exit points while trading the crypto market. So this is purely an educational type of video. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, if you are interested in trading and would like to try out the same crypto exchange that I use on a regular basis, feel free to go ahead and check out MEXC with the link in the video description down below this video. I personally love this exchange for two big reasons. One, I'm a huge altcoin nerd and they have all kinds of different altcoins for me to trade at any given time. And in addition to that, you guys, the big reason is because they have some of the cheapest trading fees in the entire industry right now. So you just simply get to keep more of your profits. So that's very nice. So guys, all right, let's go ahead and check this out. All right. For those of you who are new to trading, if you are not familiar with Bollinger Bands, do not worry because I like to explain things in a very simple manner. So I'll start this off by explaining what Bollinger Bands actually are, and then we are going to go ahead and take a look at the charts, and I'm going to show you how to actually use them. So the first part of this video is just going to be me explaining how they work, what they are, and all that kind of good stuff, all right? So when it comes to Bollinger Bands, they're basically a popular technical analysis tool that's used in trading to analyze price volatility and potential price reversals. And they consist of a middle band, an upper band, and a lower band as well, as you guys can see right here. All right, we've got the upper band right here in blue, we've got the middle band in orange, and we've got the lower band in blue again. All right, so with the middle band, this orange one, all right, with the middle band, it's typically a simple moving average or exponential moving average that represents the average price over a specified period of time. All right. Now, when it comes to the upper blue band, the upper band is basically calculated by adding a multiple of the standard deviation of price from the middle band to the middle band itself, all right? In simple terms, it basically quantifies the upper boundary of price volatility, all right? Now, with the lower band, it's pretty much the same as the upper band or upper band as well, except it quantifies the lower boundary of price volatility, all right? So, what are Bollinger Bands actually used for, and what are they used for exactly? Here's the thing. There's literally all kinds of different use cases for using the Bollinger Bands, and the first that I'm going to talk about here is to be used as a volatility indicator, okay? Now, they're used as a volatility indicator since Bollinger Bands expand and contract based on the level of price volatility. And when prices are more volatile, the bands typically widen and become extremely big, like a big puffer fish or some shit. And when prices are less volatile, the bands end up getting super narrow and thin, okay? And traders can use this information to easily gauge volatility, all right? Now, the next good use for Bollinger Bands is to identify overbought and oversold conditions, all right? When the price touches or moves outside of the upper band, it may consider overbought, which typically suggests that a potential reversal or correction might eventually be happening very soon. And when the price moves outside the lower band, same thing, honestly. It's pretty much signals oversold conditions and may be due for a reversal as well. So, the next use of Bollinger Bands revolves around trend identification. Traders can typically use Bollinger Bands. They can typically use Bollinger Bands to, identify trends and reversals. So when prices consistently hug the upper or the lower band, it can basically indicate a very strong uptrend or a downtrend, as you guys can clearly see here. I mean, it is just hardcore hugging this upper band right here, okay? That pretty much tells us that, hey, we have got a very strong uptrend here. So there we go. That's what I'm talking about here. And, obviously when it's, it's the same for when it's going down as well. If it is hugging the band down here, as we are dropping, then that typically tells you we are in a strong downtrend. Let me see if I can find an example of that one. All right, so here we go right here. Here we go. The band is right here where my mouse is, and we have got the price that is literally just hugging that band hardcore, all right? So, perfect example of what I was just explaining, all right? Now, the last use of Bollinger Bands is all about entry and exit points, okay? Traders can often use Bollinger Bands in conjunction with other indicators to identify potential entry and exit points. For example, all right, a trader might look for a price bounce off of the lower band as a good buying opportunity, or a touch of the upper band as to signal a sell or to go short, okay? So guys, now that you know a little bit more about what Bollinger Bands actually are and what they're used for, let's go ahead and take a look at this chart that I've got opened right here, and I will show you some examples of how to actually use them for your, for your own analysis. So as you guys can clearly see here, okay, let me go ahead and actually get rid of this RSI right here, because that has nothing to do with what we got going on here. And I don't want to confuse anybody. All right, guys. So as you guys can clearly tell right here, let me go ahead and find some really good examples. Here's a good example right up here. So as you guys can clearly tell, all right, the bands started to get super narrow, okay? And what I was talking about when the bands start to get narrow is that a reversal might start to happen when they start to get narrow like that, okay? When they start to get super narrow and narrower and narrower, something big is about to happen very soon, all right? And that is exactly what happened right here. It started to get narrow after this big swing upwards. It started to get narrow, and then it started to get even more and more narrow, and then all of a sudden we just nuked down, okay? And after that happened, you can clearly see that price ended up following directly on that lower band right here, and it typically indicated that we had a strong downtrend right there, and that's exactly what happened. And then it started to consolidate a little bit and started to go narrow again, okay, as you guys can see right in here. So that is typically how you can use these Bollinger Bands to your advantage, okay? Now, it's very, very important. It's very, very important that, although Bollinger Bands are a very useful tool, they are not foolproof, and they should be used in conjunction with other indicators and analysis methods to make your informed trading decisions as well, all right? So let me go ahead and put this RSI back on here, and I will show you what I'm talking about here, okay? So as you guys can clearly see, all right, we will look at this example right here, okay? So everybody knows that with the RSI, typically when price is below, when the RSI is below the 30 level down here, we are typically in hardcore oversold conditions, okay? So if you've got your Bollinger Bands open right here, and you've also got your RSI down here, if both of these indicators are showing that we are super, super low and way, way, way oversold, we can fully expect that a reversal is going to be happening soon. And guess what? That's exactly what happened, days later. We ended up shooting straight up, all right? And you can see it on the RSI as well, all right? And that's why actually that I've got this trend indicator, or this trend line going right here as well, because that's exactly what happened. We ended up going straight upwards after that, all right? So these are just some easy ways that you can use indicators like the Bollinger Bands to be able to make your decisions in your overall trading strategy, all right? Now, if any of you guys have any questions about anything that I mentioned in this video whatsoever that's related to altcoins or trading in general, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me in my free community Discord server, which you can find a link to in the description below this video. But overall here, you guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this video. So I will go ahead and wrap this one up. But before you guys leave, if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a new crypto and altcoin video from me on a regular basis. And hey guys, with that said, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the comment section down below of my future videos.